It's no longer supposed to come. It makes a bad baby. Unasia kwa ndani ndio. Acha weekend. Student weekend. I told you. If you cannot make it, buy. No, the prices were too much. Yes. School is expensive. It is not cheap. It's expensive. Okay, we should start. Last week it didn't get about. Tiambaza music connection to African culture. Regina, you missed this class. What happened? Okay. Is it on this thing? That thing, is it on? Okay, so just a recap of last week. What did we discuss last week? On traditional African music, what did we say? Regina, you were not there, but Fonero and Miriam, they were there. What did we say about the traditional African music? The traditional African music, they have the multiple of musical instruments played together. They have a call and response. Always there's someone who lead the musicians, the others to sing. They also have the improvisation. They can use other materials which are not there to make sure that their music, their dance should be nice. They also have their own dancing unique. Yeah? It's very unique in their dancing styles. They are flexible in dancing than other cultures. Which one? I forgot that I have to use this project. Okay. Osagwara. This one. Oh, ezima banga zake zagero mutu, you know. I don't know ngara na banga fix. You remember last time we also failed to display the PowerPoint. Let's see if it will work today. Yeah. Uboneka? Like this at least. So we are saying that the African traditional music, they have multiple musical instruments that are played together. They also have the call and response interactive. One has to lead the music. And they also improvisation. They are so flexible in performances, allowing a person expression. So we were giving some of the performance. Can we relate about this kind of African music in our local Malawian traditional music? Do we see the connection of the playing of the musical instruments, multiple of playing musical instruments? So Wes was giving example, Zimboza, that it's not only one drum that they are playing when they're doing the Zimboza, there are multiple of drums, different sizes, to ensure that that music has to be unique. So we also asked Chifuniro, though Chifuniro was not familiar with her culture, the Tongas, but the Tongas, they don't have, like they are doing Malipenga, it's only one drum. But one drum, that drum, it has got, it produces different sounds depending where they are hitting the drum. While Miriam, did you share your culture, the traditional dances for your culture? You and him. So it's Chifunio who had no knowledge about the Tonga, but she could say something about the Jewas, Chisamba. That when they're doing the Chisamba, they also have the multiple drums that they are also played when they're doing that dance. So there was some connection that some of the African traditional music, some of the things that we do in Malawi, in other cultures, there are also cultures in other countries, they also do the same. So so we also looked at the different, some of the drums that they are played. We had the drums, the thumb piano, the African traditional music with some, what are examples of the traditional musical instruments that are played. So there were examples of the drums. So the drums, they are of different sizes, depending on different cultures, the way how they want their drums to look. But we also looked at the thumb piano, mbira, though some they were not familiar of that, how does it look like. So I shared a screenshot on the group I hope you saw it, huh? The thumb piano. Eh. I also have it, only that I forgot it is down there, but I also have that one, the thumb piano. So we also have flute in different cultures. They also use flute. They just designed different, maybe some they're using the pumpkins, some they're using the horns, some they're using the pipes, some they're using the baboon, some they're using the reeds. All that is to ensure that they should create a flute which can produce a sound using the wind, blowing wind in it. So we also looked at these African traditional music. They are deeply connected in our communities. Different societies, they use this African traditional music in celebrations, in the weddings, initiations, installation, chief installation. You find that they're still using the African traditional music. And recently, I've just seen that some weddings in Malawi, they are using the traditional dances when they are doing the wedding, especially at the reception. You find out abwesa ngoma azimba. So that's part of the celebrations that people they use, because the using the DJ is just the modern technology. But previously, people they were not using the DJs; they were playing the traditional music during the wedding. So they're saying it's very important because it reflects the value, the history, and the traditions of the communities. If we are using the African traditional music, so we have to restore this. It has to be there. We shouldn't just be taken away with this modern technology of music, but we should preserve our culture, preserve our music by teaching the little ones about this traditional African music. That's why it's very, very vital that at a preschool we should give them time to sing the traditional dances. They should be engaged because they are the ones that also will teach their children in the future. So we need to have time. If you don't know much about the traditional music, please associate yourself, which you feel it can be good for you to learn this traditional music. Though the traditional music for Chewas is scary sometimes because of the nature of it. But there are other cultures that if you join it to dance, their traditional dances, it's not too much involving. Like the Manganje, Chisamba. Chisamba, umufuna bukutuka lwe kukule. You cannot just dance anyhow. Muna chintali. Chisamba umafunika kutoka kilomita kuti uvine nawo chisamba. Amene sana kapangidwe initiation ceremony yawo cannot dance chisamba. Only those who have been going there for their initiation can dance chisamba. So zinazo nditu zimafuna beka mambo kawo kuti people they should still preserve it. So they're saying in the traditional music, African traditional music, it plays a greater role because it unites people, brings people together. It's used in communal gathering and festivals. Some of these of the traditional music, they are also used in telling stories to the community or histories. So people can be able to connect that, oh, I see this kind of dances. Oh, it's from this culture. This kind of dances that are coming from this culture. Just if you can see chopper, people dancing chopper, you'll be connected, this is from Roma. Because of no other cultures that can dance chopper. If there's Chisamba, people will be able to know that this is from Chewas. There's no other culture that they can dance Chisamba. So Malipenga, people will be able now to connect and they will be able to keep that in history, that these are dances prayed or danced by these cultures. So we also saw that some of these music, traditional African music, they are plays a great role for spiritual connection. I was giving an example. My grandmother used to do this when they see that there's some conflict, some outbreak, or even hunger. She could prepare a beer and put in a calabash. Chimponda chijet, kuiga mushibanda. Then she will go under a tree of mpoza and put that calabash of beer there, and she will mention all the ancestors. Ameana malira kale mapanga mention kuno ana tukuvutika nao. She will be singing what. So it was like it's a spiritual connection. As they're doing that, they feel that there was some connection with them, with their ancestors, as they are doing that. So even if you go to the Mbonans, they believe that their culture, there's some spiritual connections. If they have something, problems, they go to Mbona and pray and sing so that they can be assisted to their challenges that they are encountering. So some cultures, even the Jawas, they believe that there's gule wanko mizimu. So when they're doing that, that's why they praise kwambiri kuti ndi abwana ndi mizimu imakhala kumanda. So you cannot just say uyu ndi wakuti. It's like you are insulting at them. But you have to ndi mizimu, mean it's a respect to it. So they believed there was some connection about that. So they're saying, so instruments used to evoke spiritual resources, like the way how the Zimboza do. If someone is sick, the Tumbogas, they pray Zimboza. Ama nyauti nifuna gule wa Zimboza, kuti ndijire. So there are some spiritual responses when they are praying that. They feel kuti muntu jawarani, wajira. Chifukwa kuti anabwera gule wa Zimboza na zavina, atani kuti mizimu yoyipa yarani, yamuchoka imene inampangisa kuti azidwala. So zikhulupiriro zindithu madera mwena, they are still keeping it and it works. Though chali chinapanga modifies zikhulupiriro zathu zina zimene our forefathers had about the traditional dances, the way how we were praying, because that was part of their praying to God. So they're also saying that some music, the African traditional music, some songs are used to teach morals, history, and values. Do we agree? In what terms does the music teach morals? Do you have an example of music that teaches morals? If there's an example or just an example? Example, yeah. There's a song of but it explains marriage to women. Like what a woman should go and do when she gets married to her husband. Okay. Ijega bidide unkaiwe go kumene go kuliana ama mina usa samba that one. Does it? That one true, but there's another one which explains the Tumbuka song? Yeah. Chewa? Do you have other examples, Regina, that teaches morals? So some songs are also used when they're narrating stories. You find that the story without music, it becomes boring. Children cannot pay attention, they cannot concentrate because it's not internet. So music plays a greater role when you're narrating the story. It enforces their understanding to the story because you find that the song it has got some connection with the actual story. For example, Kanisaga Nisaga and Kanisaga is the story is about the moral. Eh? You have not just to say abusive words to anyone which you are going to encounter. You have to respect. If you are not respecting this word value, so there's a girl who did not respect she said abusive words and then kids that started growing big and big. So when you say Kanisaga Nisaga, it's attract attention in the other Asia. At the same time it enhances the understanding Asian. Yes, story Asian. Kando chini hawakula. So you know how the time is that the so you should keep on following. You shouldn't get bored because you are accompanying it with music. So the songs that teaches children about their culture and music and responsibilities. Really, yeah, really, it talks about culture. African, Malawian culture, every day, a girl, every in the morning, what is this supposed to do in the morning? Has to wake up, sweep around the house, clean the utensils, fish in water. So that's the culture. The songs that talks about the culture of the African woman and the responsibilities as well. Music also serves as a form of entertainment. Is it true? Yeah. When you are stressed out, we play music. Do we do that all of us or is it just saying yes, this is this part? We listen to the music. So it's a therapy. Music is a medicine. We really need to play music when you feel that something is not moving well for me. Let me listen to the music. It's a healing. It goes. So pray during leisure time, parties and dances. People may play music. So promotes joy and relaxation within the community. So we find especially this dry season, most of the cultures are busy, just having some cultural festivals. For them to relax, they have been busy working in their fields, harvesting, so now they have to relax. So they do music, cultural festivals. So the past 2 weeks we had 2 festivals. We had the Black Wallonia and Chiwa Heritage. It happened. Did you saw it? Miriam, the Chiwa Heritage Culture Festival. Chiwa? They had it on 6th of Mother's Day at the Civil Stadium. I don't know why they did not invite many people. But I'm saying this because I met some people along the road, G1, they're coming from Civil. So when I was finding out that why are these people moving down? So they said they're coming from Civil, there are some heritage they have at Civil. They prepare, they make it to the every October, they have to make it. So they start preparing in advance, so they do a lot of adverts so that people can go. But this Jewa heritage, I don't know if they did a lot of adverts because there are few people who participated in that. Yeah, it was just a meeting. So the Munchetu, they also prepare very much. They unzimba kwako. Unzimba nabagabula. Is it August? They had August. They did it in August. So it's a part of promoting joy and relaxation as they are doing that. African music is rich in both vocal harmonies and instrument reading. Is it true? It's true. Eh? Sindakabazeka ukuthi basi sisambolela mama sokhanda usayibawo. So if I give it like you like, come on, so this is very big. The way how we see, we are blessed. I don't know this is because we are black and we see. Yeah, because other cultures they cannot sing like that. So vocal music often has layered harmonies. Mutati mubawo lazima yalisamba desaida no my voice was all that is to spice up the music that they are doing. Why somebody don't know how to speak why. You need to have layered voices that makes the music to be good. So the same with the traditional African traditional music, they also have the layered harmonies in it. So they are also saying instruments provides the rhythmic and melodic foundation. So there are different music with different purposes. Some they are there just to provide the rhythm, some they are there just to provide the melodic sounds. So they make sure that they create different musical instruments so that their music, when they're playing, it has to be unique. That's why you find the drums, they are of different sizes. The different sizes, they want it sound, they just want to provide the rhythm, sound they should provide the melody. Okule waje wakamene kama kokatiwa wapinda kama ndika kwambiri kali kumbeka kanali kamene ya besija imatira kwa besija matana. So that attracts people. Hey, let's go and see what is happening there. The way how the music, the sound is coming, I think people are dancing nicely here. Let's go and see. So African music is typically performed in groups. Is it true? It's true. The music, African music, is performed in groups. Each voice or instrument has a distinct role. Collaboration creates a rich, harmonious sound. So there is also collaboration as people are involved in African music. Those who are singing, those who are dancing, they have to be a collaboration. So you find that the people who are playing the musical instruments, they are the ones that give the signal to the dancers. They are the ones that increase the collaboration. When they're even for them to sing, they have to get the beat, the sound from the one who are playing the musical instruments. So they have to give that collaboration. Not putting oil by him or one samaki, that's what we about. I don't think it's not going to be that music we play. You remember? The prime mistress, the way how she started the song, she destroyed the whole thing. The whole song, she destroyed it. So that's why I said each voice, the voice plays a great role. Even the instrument, they also plays a great role. So they have to be that collaboration. I remember when we were at Chicago, there was a certain man, he was not reading the drums nicely. And King Khalid said, no, the way how you get destroyed the music, change how you're beating the drum. So, like us, we could not notice that there's an error. But he realized that the way how you're playing the drum is not good. That means that the ones who are singing or the dancing are not going to recognize it because of the way how you're beating the drum. So they have to be that collaboration. The great musician or singer guides the performance. Is it true? The lay musician or singer guides the performance. So you see, the one who is leading the music guides the performance. Leo ndatuoimba wemisa usugulabisa bwino osoboleza lukolosi. So here the choir mistress, she did not do her job well. She disturbed the whole performances because of how she started the music. Because the lead musician, she's the one who set the rhythm, the melody, and directs the improvisation. Kifanga kale kupina kumeni, she's the one who directs how to dance. The melody, how they should respond. Hiyo ndio namna mapasa tu yote na jahabaki responding. So we have to make sure that the one who is leading the music has to lead to start with a good voice, so that the ones who are following, they should really respond well. Ways to introduce African music to preschoolers. So now we want to learn how can we introduce African music to preschoolers. Imagine you're doing a class, teaching songs in the preschool, how are you going to do it? So they're saying simple rhythmic patterns for children to follow. You start with simple rhythmic patterns. So now we say, you start with simple. Even in the dancing styles, you also study with dancing, simple dancing. Or start complicated dancing style. Because you know how they are not, the gross models, they are not yet developed. Yeah? Don't know that being like the one who's there is this man. So even the dancing has to be simple instructions. Core and response activities that encourage participation. So when we are teaching at the preschoolers, you need also to start a core and response. You need to follow the same way of how other African singers they do. One has to lead the music, and the children they respond. introduce traditional instruments like drum and rattles. So drums and rattles, they are simple to play than introducing the guitars. Guitars, they need to master how to hold the strings and how to plug the strings so that they can produce sound. While the drum, they can just hit anyhow. It will produce the desired sound that they want. Even the rattles, you can also just know. Some of the rattles, they don't really follow the certain pattern that this is how we should produce sound. That you can just blow it anyhow. So you introduce simple musical instruments like drums and rattles. Zizoteka zimwe zokuzisana nyimbo. You guys say it?
Good.
Yeah, tradition. You guys say it? Nasa. Zokuzisana nyimbo. Ninazo nyimbo. Nchi. Ninazo nyimbo zokuzisana sana. Traditional music. Zimujira waigira leo ngakuzisasa. Ngada nage msungu tiziwa leo ngakuziwa msungu bana. Because you have to be familiar with the song. Even if you are not as a the goodness, they are simple to train. To dance in the traditional music. I really enjoyed it. The time when I was working at the nursery school, we used to have the cultural day. So even the nursery school were involved in dance. They were dancing even where their parents were surprised. No, teacher Nahiba, how do you do this? I tell you, that's. But you have to pray, practice them, must prepare for 2 months. For them, we have to put so it's not just a 2-day activity, then Nana have a reform. You need to give enough time to practice. Then you find that it will come out nice. Music in indigenous Malawi. So Malawi, we have Malawian festivals. As the community celebrates tied-out culture, religion, season. Music, dance, drama, and speeches are central. So in Malawi, people know us that we also have our own festivals, the cultural festivals that attract people. It's learned from us. Music in festivals carries a deep meanings. So if you have managed to watch the Mako alone, what are some of the things that you could pick from there that they have a deep meaning in their culture?
Like musically or anything? Musically or anything?
Anything that they did on Mako alone because it was a culture festival. What do you think that they did on that day that carried a deep meaning in their culture?
Well, first beats.
The beat,
First beats.
even the neck.
They are beautiful women and makes a man be attracted to women.
So they said in order to attract men, they believe that they have to wear that. So not only the waist, even the neck. You could see some they were putting on their neck, even the earrings. They also believe that if a woman wears the waist bit, she can form a good shape. The shape of the hips can be good because of that waist bit. Okay? What else did you see there?
They perform different dances.
Mhm. What was the meaning of those dances? That was like acrobatic. Oh, ajamabanga. I think they wanted to show the skill young German because it was a big crowd, yeah? I don't know how they were moving a mass. And having some but to show the skill of that girl, they wanted it. I can't remember everyone should be able to see. But there are also some initiation ceremonies. The girls, the boys, they also received some counsels on how they should live in the society. So they were training the little ones on how they should live with each other in the community by having those initiation ceremonies, and at the same time preserving their identity, like the food they eat. eh, always make sure that the kind of food that they eat, they should be prepared on that particular day. India kutimanya zosiyana town that is but our culture, food, we should preserve it, we continue eating that food. So on that particular day, you find that there are people saying different food and how we do. Even the dressing, so far as has been an hour, my kids, any of the same, the people they can buy. So it was also another way of promoting people to do business. You can see me and understand about it. Also, the linked to ancestors, spirituality, and rites of passage. You find that there were some people who were saying, because of this time, men are not strong in their house, they should get this kind of products. You'll find that they'll be strong. Even ladies or girls, this is some of the things. So they wanted you to deserve that. At the same time, before that event, Kumakala saw some prayers. Kumakala got in because the Romans, they believed their ancestors, they still need to communicate with them. So eventing that image for Kumakila, so they take emotions as a place in the beginning of an event image and keep it in a member in a carry a big house, but I don't know which one to go. Yes. So I got a ninja, Uganda number awo mulungi abutula balamena namalira cyane just they should be like they're giving, they're offering that kind of food. They know that where they are handling that today, being that they are celebrating, they should also enjoy what they are eating. So we should be observing whenever there are some cattle festivals. Let's pay attention. Maybe we cannot manage to go to visit the place, but if they have the chance of broadcasting it, let's try to watch it and see and learn some things that they do. Not everything that they are displaying is bad. There are some which are good, some maybe they might be bad based on your perception, but you can learn something from it. Festivals hold culture, social, and spiritual significance. Cultural identity preserve a reinforcement community tradition. So if you could see the map alone, you could see that the cultural identity was preserved there. The type of the dressing. Futi amavala zovuma. Amene amaveka half naked anamali. Amaveka salu ndikungobisa mapriest kumakhala mikono mosavala zovala ndikuwaveka mipanda. That's their culture identity. As long as someone who understands what you dress. I mean, I'm not that I don't know who was no money, full interest. Mfano kama mtulani mayai mwingi, avitarajiwa antego mao au ya mabasi. So that's their culture to show respect. Okay. So we also see that there was also socialization. That's in society on that particular day. People, they were happy, entertained with those kind of dances. But they also interpreted it by inviting other cultures to come also to display their dances as well, not just watching the Mnapo dances, but also Buluwampu, Amatagita, and Buluwampu, Ambodi, so that even Anna, our baby, they did not have chance to go but on that platform, they can also be able to appreciate the values or the beliefs of other cultures at the same time. So they're saying it unites communities through shared experiences. In fact, they're not only the Romans. They are people of different backgrounds, different cultures. They had to go and change couples in that account. So in that means people were united. So they are also saying spiritual dimension. Many festivals have religious significance. So they also believe that as they are doing the cultural festivals, it's also another platform where they can also gain their spiritual or their assistance. Festivals help preserve the cultural heritage of Malawian communities. Is this true? What can you say, maybe the early 2000s and now, where do you think people are really trying their best to do the cultural festivals? This kind of the cultural festivals, having the cultural festival. It's just recently that we have seen that other cultures now they have started to realize that they need also to promote their culture by having the cultural festivals. Ngati chiyanja chayawo kunalibero. In the 90s kunalibe chiyanja chayawo. Koma chayamba kwani promote ababa after the mlapa always kalero kunalibe. Yes. The mlapa alone kunalibero. it started the time when people was in power. When he saw that our culture is dying slowly. We are diluting some of the things that we believed in our culture. They are no longer followed in the communities. So he tried to bring all the elements together by celebrating, by preserving what they believe, so that the little ones should also cope what they believe. So it was in the early 2000 when the Mlafa alone was introduced. The Chianja Jaya was introduced. Even the Mutet was there. Mutet has been there for a long time. Ambona Mabera and Kanga celebrate their cultural festivals. Koma achewa amachita kwambiri in Zambia, not coming like kumanawe mkunopanga zao zawa, but they were going to Zambia to celebrate with Gawaundi. But now they're also promoting it even here, they should do it. But I think the Jews were doing it, though maybe they were doing it kuna mmaniro zimango jida kuna pa ufumu kubanga history ufumu mbamene kuna mmono tumangulo sana bimbilo pa mafumu but not like it when amabo sana coming together. You believe the same things and showcase your dances zimakazo vuda umango ila na kuzungu ila nizuadi. But you can see now that we are trying our best to keep this to keep our beliefs by having local festivals. Even the Togas, they also dance Chilimiga, but they also only dance once in a year. Imakadi is working. How much only December? Chilimiga is only December during Christmas. After that, they will not dance again. They will wait for December that year to dance Chilimiga. But if I mean, the way how they dance also is just their community. Saka udimina like udimina and Hamaduma Ngapo Gabina, Miziam Bigula Bamoto Zapina Makule community. So it also we need also to promote that. So one of Banga Academy and for me. It is where I was it. You So music and dance serves as a way of connecting young generation to their heritage. Is this true?
Yes.
Can I have now? Sally engaged in this kind of festival. Do you think Mama Bola Zaga 20 Sulu Nana as a combina Mabula? Really? Is that some Mabina Mabia and guys? Sorry, yeah, this is a bit of Mabia. If I can't do that, I minutes at the city of Alice, and remember, but let's try. Let's have time. That day will be if not how honor Jamopin and has go how only honor you can't teach really the little ones to study this in honor. Honor, this is their time. As nice yeah, this is the cordial. They use a cordial instrument.
Amagonda wambiri bingu
yes
amabadi
sipewa nao masuti tise ni mwili and akamwambia sasa bila mafumo small so tukaenda kuti tikuzire tisanyile nao manyazi kati yake tikuzire tifunga mama kula mama tikuzire ndenga ndinoso mukuzira mabuli abantu anamaze kutsika akakuzira abakoni mufuna mutabira bayithu kuti nena kabini na ndiyo ino baka bayithu bosa tinyo demonstrate Okay, so festivals foster social unity. Malawian and just brings everyone together in a shared experience, encourages cooperation, joy, celebration among community members. So when you're having these culture festivals, you find that it's a social event where people from different backgrounds come together and celebrate. In so doing, you find that cooperation is enhanced. Tunaona mwaka wa Mungu kunawea andana urokodo unaoji tabuka jehana yote ni tukuga kwa napita wakana. It's a cooperation. Skudi nali event ya jibana kwa ni event ya kaja kwa mambo kila mtu ndio wana participate ana basi na ataya yao yasawi yazimili ya mara hizo. So that shows kuti antu abangira pabo yabweresa umodzi mgwirizano because of the event that was there. Kumene kujasina maganizira kwa mabanja. Again, I'm telling you. It's a social event whereby I mean I was saka some of the people wabezanzaki muti. Wabezanzaki kompichi. It's a social event. Cooperation between nest and women in Japan. Banja. So I'm going to nyanja maroho ni maona wezosi. Sama kubikira kwa mmoja. So beja. Miriam. Aku mulai ni kita jamaa makalo ni nataka bezee bwana. Mlako? So festivals are educational platforms. Do we agree with this?
Yeah.
How?
You go and learn what you do.
For example,
there are new songs sometimes. You tend to see growing out and learning. What do you learn? Some things that you didn't know that they exist, you just thought it's a myth, and then you go and witness what they do. Oh, they also communicate using more and then down. So because you don't know about it, you just heard about it, you know, very like history, not knowing that they are still practicing in up to today. So when you go in places like those, you tend to witness that.
apart from that,
Exposure language. Because maybe you just knew one language of your culture.
what else?
Food, madam, Pedembe. Oh. Just like Leo? Okay.
Apart from that China mimi nakusikia kidogo na festivals ndio mimi nakachimkana.
We are able to discover new things about medicines.
So the saying it also teaches history, cultural values, and social norms. nze maayi wakiri omu yakale butanda zibank wakiri omu azitanda those are social norms, so they learn from there.